Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Stepsbasic, and with me, as always, is...
Bubbleninja 720. How you doing, folks?
Yeah, and welcome back to the Babbling Beards Podcast. I make it sound so. Yeah, sorry, we have kind of been a little out of it. We've been having technical issues on one side, medical issues on the other. You know, we go one way, we go the other. All the health. But good news is, despite the fact that there's supposed to be more storms, my head's feeling okay. My body's not screaming at me.
That's good.
Yep.
Hopefully it stays that way for a long, long time.
Indeed. Getting old sucks.
Yeah.
I want to go back to being young.
I hear you.
Back itches. So, anyway.
The lack of responsibilities would be nice, too.
I know, right? Oh, my God, to be a kid again. If for only not to have to pay bills ever again. Or at least not till later. But anyway, our podcast for today, we have both officially played and beaten Bloodstained. I want to say Symphony of the Night, but I know it's not right, even though it's close enough. Ritual of the Night.
Which is one of my gripes about that game.
Yeah. I do want to start off by saying, overall, not bad.
No, it's. I will say, if Koji Igarashi does decide to make this into a series, I will play the subsequent sequel games.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm gonna do the actual 8-bit 2D prequel/sequel games. I might pick them up, but more of the Metroidvania. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I've been eyeballing them, but I played Rondo of Blood, and if they're anything like that, I'm not sure if I want to dedicate the last of my hair to that.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Rondo myself. We just talked about that.
Yep. So, anyways.
Okay, so how do you want to go about this?
Well, I am a big fan of, when it comes to reviewing things, especially the tactic of compliment sandwiches.
Compliment sandwich, and basically saying a good thing and then giving it a bad thing, or one bad thing to two good things?
Two good things, one on either side of the bad thing, so it's like a sandwich. You got the bread is made of compliments, and the meat on the inside is the detractors.
Okay.
Mind you, that's just how I do things. If you have a different way of reviewing things, then you're more than welcome to do your own way.
It don't matter to me. I'm just chaotic.
Yeah, we tend to, with these podcasts, we tend to go all over the place with things. We try to form some sort of a coherent structure to them, by having a topic and everything, but then we just kind of run with what happens. But when it comes to let's do the stereotypical way. We'll start with what are some of your favorite parts of the game?
Well,
just to add a little caveat to that, more how do you think it is on its own? How do you think it does standing up to the giants it's following in footsteps of? And that sort of stuff.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say off the bat, they were annoying at certain times and frustrating, but the boss fights were very satisfying once I finally got done with them. They were difficult enough where I wasn't going to win easily for the most part. Some of them I did one shot, but for the most part, I died at least once on every boss.
Nice.
Almost every boss. Sometimes I died multiple times, but I think that was partially because I might have been underleveled.
Yeah. For me, it was a little bit of the opposite there. I had 2 bosses that killed me. Well, 3 bosses. I can't forget that guy, even though I kind of want to. 2 of the bosses were secret bosses, and then the last boss got me. And that one was mostly my own fault. Yeah, and but like you said, I never one-shot any of the bosses. So it's the fights always felt kind of impactful. So it wasn't just a bigger version of a standard enemy. So that was one thing I definitely liked about that.
I will say this though. You died on the last boss. I went into the last boss fight not knowing that it was the surprise two-parter.
Uh-huh.
And to top it off, I was woefully underprepared. I had basically no healing items. I burned all my healy doodads pretty much getting to the boss,
Uh-huh.
and then what I had left I burned on the first part. And I went into the second part thinking, I'm gonna game over. I basically was just testing the waters to see what the strategy and like the rotation was for the
Right.
boss. And I ended up doing it as a one shot. So
Nice.
I was strictly surprised. So I was
Oh,
getting
wait.
ready to be like, oh, I'm gonna die, and okay, this be another part, but nope.
I just realized what you meant by one shot.
Yeah.
When you said one shot, I was thinking you hit them once and they died. But no, when you say one shot,
No,
you
no, no,
mean
no.
it'll one try. Okay.
No death. Yeah.
In that case, I only had I only had 3 people who I didn't one shot. Because I was cool. Yeah,
No, go ahead.
I definitely went into the last boss fight underleveled. I was like, I don't remember exactly how high I was. I think like 37.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, I wasn't nearly high enough the first time I fought him.
I think I was 44, 45 when I beat the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what the level range are supposed to be at. Actually, I'm going to lead that off with a negative.
Uh-huh.
It actually plays into what we're talking about right now. The leveling, to me, I don't know about you, Steps, but for me, the way the leveling, the stats boosted from the levels, I didn't feel that much of a difference per level.
Yeah.
So to me, it felt like the leveling was moot.
Yeah. It's like looking at
Yeah.
the damage output, like alone, the damage output, the best I ever saw it go up was like 1 point when you leveled up. And sometimes it didn't even do that.
Well, for me, I didn't see that. The only time I saw a difference is when I geared up.
Excuse me. Yeah.
When my gear improved is when I saw like my stats improve the best. So I was like, well, this is more gear focus than actual like leveling focus. So I was like, can't power level through this, which is my usual caveat whenever I play a game like this is, I hit a brick wall. Time to power level and grind.
Yeah.
And then come back when I'm 2 times the level I'm supposed to be and just steamroll this.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could kind of feel like the lack of importance when it came to levels because of, I mean, I think it was in Symphony of the Night where you leveled up, you actually got all your health back, and that was the only time I ever really was hoping for. The only thing I was really hoping for from levels in the game was that I'd get all my life back, but no, didn't even get that.
I don't remember your health replenishing like that in Symphony. I remember when you picked up a life max up, your HP would top off.
Yeah.
But
And it's a good thing that carried over into this too, but I remember it, but maybe maybe I'm also remembering like hopefulness.
yeah.
Like that's definitely something that should be a thing.
Yeah, I kind of was hoping that the leveling system would be a little bit more impactful. I mean, as I'm playing it after the fact, I've already done my series like we already mentioned.
Yeah.
But I'm playing it on my own because I'm trying to platinum it, collecting all those pesky last minute items and stuff, crafting everything.
Yep.
I'm mid 70s now, and I'm noticing as I'm leveling up, like in the higher end tier, that's when my stats are really like ballooning.
Yeah.
So I think it was maybe a percentage based or something.
Yeah, I think they may have also done that to prevent people from, power leveling the game. Could be a thing.
But they didn't take the issue from Symphony of the Night and reduce the XP output from enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So leveling doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
So once you get to a certain point, you just run around and I was farming like low level enemies and leveling a couple times in a row, and it wasn't taking very long.
Yeah. That's actually kind of how I did it, was just sticking to the low areas and running back and forth.
Yeah, quick kills.
Yep. Because it's more about the experience per second than it is about the burst experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the longevity, keeping your health up and not dying.
Yeah, like I can get a lot of experience out of the Den of Behemoths, but surviving in the Den of Behemoths, now that's a different thing.
Yeah, the place sucked.
Ooh, ooh, ugh. Yeah.
Do you have a gripe to toss in, or anything to add on to the leveling system?
Well, when it came to leveling, the only reason I really noticed a lot is because I did do a lot of grinding to level and going back and forth between places. I paid attention to how much my damage output was, and so I actually noticed the incremental changes, very minor incremental changes. But I did like. I'm not sure how tied to the level it was, but like at my level now, I'm not quite to 70s yet, but my mana recharges really quick. Like I can do the accelerator without losing mana. It like flickers and that's about it.
Yeah, mine does the same thing. It'll register that I spent 1 mana point, and then immediately it tops off.
Yeah, it's really nice. You done that?
I've also maxed out, huh?
You've also
What do you
maxed
say?
out your what?
Accelerator
Oh yeah,
shard, so I've got like the max speed on it now.
yeah. It's the best way to do it. Have
Yeah.
you done the money grinding thing?
I got the trophy, yeah, but I did it a different way.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I was just looking at my shards, like, what can I do to get money in this? And because I need to hit that five grand, and
500 grand, yeah.
yeah, 500 grand. 5 grand is easy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, looking at my shards. I'm like, well, if I do this, I break all the candles. It'd be great. And so I started just bolting around between rooms and smashing candles, and found a good run back and forth between spaces. And it's like, wow, yeah, I'm grinding that money. Ugh, still
I
haven't got the trophy
farmed
for it yet, though.
items.
Huh?
I farmed items.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now, actually.
Um, I, I'll tell you right now, my favorite grind spot is the Oriental Laboratory.
Uh huh.
You basically just, wherever you port in from the stained glass room,
Hmm.
you hang right outside that doorway, and there's 3 shinobi.
Yep.
Kill them, and then like just keep going back and forth killing them. They drop the
Garb.
Crimsonite. Yeah, the ninja garb, the shinobi garb, that sells for like almost 1,700 a
Hmm.
piece. And then they drop Crimsonite, which sells for 1,000 a piece, I think as well. I think that's another like 1,400 a piece.
Hmm.
And then the ninja fabric
Uh huh.
that they have as well, that sells for like 400 to 600 a piece.
Ooh.
And they can drop each of those items at once per
Hmm.
kill if your luck is high and your like item find is high.
Yeah.
But the only throwback is you have those monkeys that hop around and they're annoying.
Nuts to those monkeys.
Yeah, but I got to the point where I wield great swords, so I was just like one-shotting everything in there, and
Yeah.
just one-hit kills. So just running back and forth and accelerating.
Yeah.
That's how I got my 500,000.
There's a good gripe for me for the game.
With that,
All weapons are not created equal.
yes.
Now I kind of am okay with the whole idea of weapons, having variety to them and being different. Like this weapon is good for long arcing swings and whatnot, but like I use the one-handed swords mostly,
Uh-huh.
and unless I
I pity
used
you.
unless I used its technique, it was very annoying. Getting it
The
to
reason why I say, huh?
getting it to
Go ahead.
angle down was the hard part.
I was about to say the reason why I said I pity you is because I remember the very short stint that I used the one-handers, and I was like, the range is like as if I was using my fists.
Hmm. And might as well have been, honestly. And
Yeah.
I wanted to use the kicking stuff. I wanted to do all the kick stuff.
Oh, the actual fisticuffs.
Yeah, never actually ended up doing that because
I did find a really cool weapon though. There's one quick caveat
uh
for
huh
the boots.
uh huh
There's the ones with the knives in the heel.
yeah
if you use that in conjunction with the combo that it had, like I think it was like scissor kick or circle kick or something like that,
Uh
you can literally just sit there and like break dance, attack everything, and kill everything.
huh. Nice. Yeah.
It was really cool. What were you saying?
Um, it's like getting the weapons was the hard part. Like I started off with the sword because well, that's what I started off with, and well, no, I started off with the punches and kicks and stuff, but
Yep.
I moved on to the sword really quick because I got a more powerful one-hander first, and so I used
Uh-huh.
that, and that was what I stuck with because I was improving that and improving with that, and then after that, it's just like none of the other weapons looked appealing anymore. And I never used the guns.
The guns are okay.
Yeah.
They give you the good range, but they lack a rapid fire,
Hmm.
and you need the ammo. You need to keep yourself like armed.
Yeah. The ammo is what
And yeah,
turned me off of it. I was like, ugh.
there's a lot of ammo. I don't know if you've seen all the ammo.
Yeah. I've crafted all of them now.
Me too.
I have moved past that part of the game. Crafting all the ammo, and I've almost got all the items and everything. I've got all the
I got all
food.
the shards. I haven't gotten all the food yet. I'm still collecting components. I got all the key items.
Hmm.
So I got the discount card as well. I
Nice.
got all the scarves. I got all the accessories. Um, I've cleared out the bestiary, so I've got all the beasties. There's some other things that I maxed out. I know the one I'm worse off at, I think, is the weapons.
Yeah,
Because
that's
once
same
I
here.
got the two-handers, I pretty much finished it off. I think I'm almost done with the chest armor too,
Yeah.
and the helmets.
Yeah, the only thing I'm missing right now is crafting materials and weapons.
Yeah, I'm missing the food too. I haven't crafted all the food yet.
The food was nice. I finally have all of the recipes there, and it's like, yeah, I feel so much better
Yeah,
now.
I got those too. That was one thing I liked. I liked how the first time you consume a food item, it gives you a permanent stat bonus. That
that
was nice.
that was awesome. Yeah, that was really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Ah, ouch. Yeah, that was one thing I really liked about it, and another thing I really liked about it was actually the quests and stuff, the people in the
Yeah.
place. I thought they were kind of silly, but I really liked the fact that they were there.
The only thing that threw me back against with the those characters is whenever you wanted to go pick up the missions, you had to like skip through or listen to them say the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again.
Hmm. More dialogue lines would have been so much better.
Yeah. The only variance was whenever it was like, help such and such, and the name change, help such and such.
Yeah. Even something just as simple as just okay, this is what I need now. That would have been so much
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm not saying that like, I'm gonna be petty as like it was one thing. It was all the quest givers, pretty much every pane of like dialogue that they talked
Hmm.
was the same thing over and over again.
Yep. This is what I need now. This is the food I need now. I can't remember what it
This
was
is
called.
delicious. And then the girl was like, oh, or Miriam's like, oh, save some for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was thank you.
Mm-hmm. Rude old lady.
I don't really call her rude.
Nah. I mean, I fed her all that food. It's like she asked me for food. Now we're like, well, save some for me. No, you made it for her, Miriam. Relax.
Yeah, pretty much. You're the one that can farm the materials. You can go make another one yourself.
Yeah, and that's generally what I did too. Well, no, I generally turned around and bought it after I made it.
I'm stingy. I made it again. I'm gonna make, well, the viewers, when they go to see my series,
Hmm.
they're gonna get a little annoyed because I forced them to sit through my alchemy rounds when I went to go fill up my potions because I was stingy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can craft the high potions for 200 gold cheaper a pop. So guess what? Running back and forth, buying or crafting potions,
Yep.
and then making high potions from them.
Yeah.
Now I will stay later on when I finally remember to do it. I did pause my timer so it didn't cut into the half an hour of action.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good at least.
Yeah. I didn't do it for all of them though. The earlier ones I was completely like absent-minded about it.
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
Yep. Ow, ow. I'd have to say, of all of the things, all the things I can say negative about the game is that it wasn't its own game.
Yes, that's that huge negative on my part. It relied way too much on its, hey, I'm the spiritual successor to Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. Even to the point of having the characters from Symphony of the Night. Maybe not all of them.
Not all of them, but some of them, quite a few of them.
Yeah. Most of them in the form of, oh, this person has died. Go revenge them. Go avenge them.
Or becoming the new librarian.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I hated that he was relegated to that position.
That boss fight was amazing, though.
Ooh, it was a tricky one.
You're gonna I'm pretty sure you're gonna watch my series, but when you go see that boss fight, you're gonna shake your head at me.
Yeah.
I cheese him hard. Invert.
Yeah, it's like I tried to do the invert thing, but didn't work for me. I still got squeezed. He was like,
Yeah,
oh.
I'm gonna say this. I found out about that purely on accident. I was button mashing and I inverted on accident, and then I was like, whoa, okay. What familiar did you run?
Fairy.
Oh, that's why. I ran the Silver Knight the entire series.
Oh. Yeah, I ran the fairy the entire time.
I know the fairy could use the items and heal you and stuff, but the Silver Knight, he can actually negate some of the attacks of enemies.
Ah, neat. Oh,
Yeah, he'll be like, "Let me protect you," and you know those ice spikes that he summons. He can destroy. The Silver Knight can destroy them before they fire out.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know about that. Silver Knight was the one that you never actually got off a
The
person.
first one.
Yeah, you just found his things everywhere else.
That one's given to you.
Yeah.
My gripe with the familiars though is their AI. I'm gonna say this. Symphony of the Night, the way they had the AI set up was brilliant. Start off in the beginning, level 1, they're crap because they're weak, so they're gonna be dumb. But as they get leveled up, especially with the Sword Brother, they get ridiculous strong because their AI reacts like hair trigger. Once you get like to closer to 99. Whereas on Bloodstained, though, I will constantly berate my Silver Knight throughout my playthrough, mainly for the fact that I will have killed my target and be moving on, and Silver Knight will be stabbing at air.
Yep. There were, I don't know how many times that I turned around, killed the bad guy, ran out of the room, came back, and caught my fairy launching her attack, still in the room, and I'm like, what are you doing? There's nobody left.
I've actually still, I haven't maxed Silver Knight out, but I'm still killing things, and he's, not reacting.
Yeah. My fairies, I think. My fairy's pretty high, too, yeah.
I barely touched her. I tried using her to see if I could supplement my lack of potion space by making a bunch of fairy potions and then having her heal me. But even that, she doesn't react fast enough.
Yeah, I was sitting there at grievously injured, and she pulls out the potion here we go, I'm gonna heal you. I ran all the way from the room I was in at least 4 corridors over to the save spot and sat on the couch before she even used it. And I'm like, are you serious, lady? And this wasn't with the accelerator either.
Yeah, I know. I was stuck in a boss fight with. I think I used her with OD, and I still got my tail handed to me. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, there were like a couple of times when it worked out for me, like she caught the potion and used it just before I died, but apart from that, it was like mostly, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, mine didn't work like that.
Oh.
I will say this: the graphics were pretty freaking amazing.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. The graphics did come out really nice. I really liked the way everything looked.
Nice and polished.
Yeah.
I will say the only detraction for the graphics on my part would be some of the 3D portions, like especially with the Tower Twin Dragons. I got disoriented quite a bit.
Yeah. The Tower of the Twin Dragons was actually a pain in the neck. Because it was like twisting around, so it's like my head was trying to follow it all the way around. It's like,
Yeah, I would get disoriented, especially with the way the map's only 2-dimensional,
mm-hmm.
and your location on the map would just like flicker around. It's like, this is annoying.
Yep.
Especially trying to find all those damn treasure chests afterwards to get all the items.
I'm still one room away from being done.
What?
Yep.
Still?
Yep. I have no idea where the room is that I'm looking for. Oh, I'll find it one day.
You mind me possibly giving you like hints?
I mean, you can, but can't guarantee it'll work.
Well, I'm gonna say this: Have you noticed any bookshelves that you can spin?
A couple of them, and some that you could like lift up and carry.
Yeah, there's actually one room that's hidden that you can walk up to the wall, and it's a bookshelf, and if you push against it, it'll spin and let you through.
Oh yeah.
It's in the Livra Ex Machina or something like that.
Oh yeah. That's a funny name for that place.
Yeah.
The book in the machine.
Yeah. The one that I was missing that I ended up finding it's next to a save room,
mm-hmm.
and I think you had to bust up to get to it from the room below it.
I've done a couple of those before. A couple, maybe one.
Yeah.
Diamond.
I don't remember. I remember it was just one, and it was like I was joking around. I said one of these save rooms is gonna have a secret room behind it, and you just didn't go that way to get to it. Because I whenever I found a new room, a new save room, I always tried busting out the wall. Because I do remember
there was
back in Symphony of the Night, there was like a handful, I think, of secret rooms off of save rooms.
Yeah. I remember those. I should go bang on some save rooms.
Yeah, I actually didn't power level. That was the first time in a long time of playing like that type of RPG element, and I didn't power level and just eat the damage to beat the game.
Yeah.
That's usually my strategy. Like, you can't sneak it, tank it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else? The enemies are pretty varied. I enjoyed that, the variety.
Yeah.
Some of them were kind of weird, but
there were two monsters with two variations that I was not a fan of.
What was that?
I was really peeved about the cats and the dogs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's just take a picture of our cat and our dogs, blow it up, make the heads disembodied, and then just put some stuff on it with Photoshop,
Look,
slap it on.
it's got some horns. Look, it's
Yeah.
scary. I'm like, don't make me kill dogs and cats, you jerk.
I had enough of that in Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
My God, those dogs are gonna be nightmares when you play the game.
I believe it.
And
Oh.
you're gonna be forced to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be able to get away from them otherwise. Unless you could perfectly stealth that game and get away from the mechanic of them spotting you. Which I seriously doubt is gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm good at stealth in small aspects, but not all of them.
Well, that game they do give you quite a bit of liberties even on normal. You can get away with quite a bit. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I know you haven't played it yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And of course that's not the podcast. We can do a Last of Us Part 2 when you've played the game and everything.
Once I've got
We'll review that one. Yeah. I actually liked the way they set up the quote unquote upside down castle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it wasn't just a inverted version of the original castle.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I can deal with this because I actually at one point had said that if this game throws an inverted castle, I'm gonna throw a major temper tantrum.
Yep, I'm gonna get a little pissy about it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Woohoo. Hit a
What's
minor hiccup with the connection there.
Ooh. Still recording though, right?
Yep, it's still recording.
That's good. That's I think that was my major gripe though was with this game. Period. Koji Igarashi, amazing guy, a lot of potential,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately I'm gonna say he rested on his laurels a little too much with Symphony of the Night, and he took way too much aspects from that game and incorporated it into this game and just tried to just basically put it under a new title.
Yep. And it's like
it's like we were force fed. Like, hey, I made Symphony of the Night, play this game.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I still hold him to a higher standard, and I believe that this game could have been way better.
I agree. And to be perfectly honest, I think he was just trying to. I think that was the problem, was that he was trying to recreate Symphony of the Night, or at least trying to recreate the magic that it was.
Yeah.
And it's like I said in my video for it. I did one video, my quick look video of it, and I was like, I don't think it'll ever live up to Symphony of the Night because that is a big shadow to grow up under. And I wish it would have just been its own game. I mean, everything down to the plot and characters just felt like a reskinned version of Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. I even said it when it was like, well, we got the bad endings. And then it was like, yeah, well, I know exactly how to get the good ending.
Mm-hmm. Destroy the orb above the person you like.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, he did change it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you have to destroy the orb immediately. It's you have to get the guy weakened, and then you have to destroy the orb.
Yeah.
You can't hit it otherwise, and you have to use the holy sword instead of the holy sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
That sword, once I was done using it for its purpose, I put it away and never touched it again. That swing was aggravating.
Yeah. I mean, there was actually one good thing to using it.
Yeah.
It does
I knew about
the critical hit damage to the boss.
Yeah. It's only for that one boss, though, I think.
Right, yeah. Only for the lady. What was her name?
No. Starts with a G.
We'll just call her Miss Unrememberable.
What was her name? It's gonna bug me.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
her name?
I remember the final boss's name. I remember the spoiler alert character that you fight right before the boss.
Yeah.
But
Um.
God dang it,
Yeah.
I can't remember. The funny part is
she sworn it started with a G.
Yeah. Funny part is she was actually in the game more often than the final boss.
Yeah.
Looking it up now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Woo! Went too far. Odie. Grammary. Yep.
Grammary. Yeah, I knew it started with a G.
Yep.
Yeah, I used the Zentetsuko against Gremory on the boss fight for her, and I was like, yay, it's guaranteed crits.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to go into the fight like with my regular greatsword to be like, oh, no damage. So I was like, let's just put this on beforehand and go swinging.
Yeah. Good news is you don't have to use it.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious that David Hayter plays Zangetsu.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, I know that voice.
Ocelot.
Metal Gear. Colonel Dominique.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be? Well, I think she'd be more like Natasha.
Yeah.
Or Naomi.
Yeah.
Or would it be Meryl?
Nah. She gave him too many orders. Go check this out.
Yeah.
Ooh, good stretch.
Okay. A gripe. Some of the stuff was just ridiculous. Like you griped about the cat's dog monsters. Yeah, I griped about that too. It just felt like a child did that.
Mm-hmm.
But another gripe I had. I don't know if you did all the dialogues with Dominique, but periodically, if you get stumped, you can go to Dominique, and she'll be like, "Oh, Zangetsu shot a message arrow towards our way and told us how to do this," and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Basically holding my hand.
I remember that. It's like, what was look for the demon who can. What was it? Look for the demon who walks weird or something like that.
Can walk on ceiling or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it's like my other favorite one was trying to figure out how to get past that. Basically, talking with the coachman to get you across, which was another toss back.
Yeah.
Because he's the ferryman.
Yeah.
And the little note that he sends you is basically a picture of him with big muscles jumping across the chasm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. It sounded childish.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's one I did like, though.
What was that?
Going back to the monsters real quick, I just thought of one. Like, I like mimics. Mimics are an interesting thing. One of my favorite.
Oh, yeah, those were awesome. Yeah.
One of my favorites was the mimic chairs.
Yeah.
I sat in one of them because I had a habit. Every time I passed a chair, I'm sitting in it. I don't care. And then I sat in one in the Livre Ex Machina, and it decided to jump me into the spikes. And I'm like, what are you doing? No. That was my first encounter with one of the mimics.
Oddly enough, each time that there was a mimic, I think it was every time, or I never got caught by the mimics.
Mm-hmm.
It was either I was like, this is out of place, or my Silver Knight ran up to it and started poking at it. And I was like, oh, it's a mimic. Okay.
Yeah.
I ran away from the treasure chest once sometimes though, because some of those were pretty hard.
Yeah. The thing, I always caught the treasure box ones because they were the only treasure box that didn't register on my mini map.
That too, yeah. I didn't actually think about that.
It was
They just their placement was kind of like, why are you here?
Why are you in
kind
the
of
middle
thing.
of the floor treasure box?
Yeah.
That is one thing I didn't like. Like a part of it was like, yeah, I know it's part of a grind, and the whole going around for all the items and having to backtrack so many times. Unless you actually know what you're gonna need from each space, you're gonna end up doing a grind for items, and honestly, that feels very much like padding runtime to me.
Yeah. Although I like to have the caveats where like you needed the blood drain ability so that way you can drain the fountain so you can go underground.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. That was kind of cool.
the Metroidvania aspects, like I love the interesting ways that they did that. Like the glasswork hand was really cool, and the like you said, the blood drain. Although I need to figure out how I'm supposed to drain a lot of blood because one of the trophies says drain a lot of blood, and I'm like,
Oh, I got that one.
how?
Uh, what I did, did you grab all the keys like the millionaire's key and stuff like that?
Yeah, I fought all the secret bosses now.
Okay, I went to the carpenter
Uh-huh.
and I inverted and he could barely touch you. The only problem would be the arch demons that he summons.
Hmm.
Kill those really fast and avoid him throwing his files at you.
Uh-huh.
And basically just bring a weapon like a great sword and just arc hit him a couple times, like, and basically as soon as he dies, blood drain the room, or you do it multiple times during the fight, and it'll just keep rinsing and repeating. Because as you leave the room and go back in, he respawns. So
Uh-huh.
that's the way I did it.
Yeah, I haven't.
And he drops quite a bit of blood, so
That's good. That's good to know. Yeah, because I was thinking most of the bad guys I fought die too quickly for me to actually get much blood out of them.
yeah, that's why you go to the secret mini bosses.
Yeah, I never thought about doing that guy. He's a pain in the butt.
He's the easiest of the three if you use your invert ability.
Oh yeah, I actually thought the Richter wannabe was the easiest for
Yeah,
me.
he was easy.
Yeah.
The one that actually did kill me was the carpenter because I wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah. The Millionaire's Bane was funny. That's the one I did in my video.
That one almost killed me, but I managed to pull it out at the end.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, he was.
I'm pretty sure I almost died right before I beat it.
Ooh. Don't delay it. Yeah. He's the one I did in my video. I was like, yeah, I know I can beat him, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll do that fight for the audiences.
As soon as I get done with Medieval, as soon as I get done releasing Medieval,
yeah,
Bloodstained's going up.
Sweet.
Yeah. I actually had to make an oops I sharded for that series
Oh no.
for the Bloodstained because I completely forgot about the 8-bit nightmare. I died to the Overlord, ended the episode there, and I was like, next part, I'm gonna come back to this, and then we're gonna try it again. I'm gonna be prepared. We're gonna take this Overlord down.
Yeah.
And then I never went back to it.
Did it. Nailed it. Woo.
And then I remembered as I was doing as the end credits are rolling, and I was waiting for the Army of the Night or whatever trophy to pop. I was like, oh crap, I forgot a part.
Well, at least you remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that one too, honestly, because I did the whole game. I stopped by there when I was under leveled and almost died, and I waystoned my way out of there.
Oh wow, I didn't think about that.
Because I was like, nuts to this place. Waystone. Stupid Benjamin.
Yeah, I hardly use the Waystone.
I actually use it more often
Benjamin.
now. Oh, I'm sorry, miss.
Yeah. He was funny. Boot in your rear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I got to the end of the game. I'm like, wait a minute. There was that 8-bit place. Where was that at? And then, oh, yeah. Another person I forgot where they were was frickin' Sweeney Todd. I lost him for a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I got a cool hairstyle now, though.
Which one did you pick?
The short and spiky look.
Oh, I picked I had the cami ponytail from Street Fighter. And then when I got it, I picked the curly ponytail, the one with the drill.
Yeah. There's another bonus to this game. Character customization.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't like in depth or anything, but it was passable. It was fun.
It fell into the same gripe that I have about older RPGs, where you can change your accessories, but you can't change your outfit.
Yeah. Well, you can
color coordinate it, but you can't change the way it looks, other than the color.
Yeah, technically you can. The Valkyrie dress changes what you look like.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's a neat little white outfit instead of the usual outfit you have for the character.
Interesting. I'm running around with the flame armor. I haven't made the Valkyrie gown yet, or whatever it was called.
The coronation one is the best armor in the game. The coronation gown or the bridal gown, one of the two. I think it's the coronation gown. Yeah, the coronation gown is the best in the game. Better than everything, but I also keep my Aegis armor around. Well, obviously, because you don't want to give up that.
Yeah, you need that to get. That's your spike breaker mail for all you Symphony of Night players.
Yep. Friggin' talk about hand holding. They even made it so you can't accidentally sell it.
Oh wow. Or dismantle it.
Yeah. It doesn't show up in the list at all.
Oh wow. What was I gonna say?
Also, if you get the bunny morphosis ability, you
Yeah.
can change what you look like, but it's a spell,
Oh
so
yeah.
it wears off.
Yeah. When you run an MP, yeah. And I think it relegates you to fisticuffs only too.
Yeah. You're limited to the Lilith abilities.
Yeah. There was something I was gonna say that I liked about the cameos that they alluded to from other games, like the 8-bit Nightmare, especially when you fight the Overlord. I screamed it out. I was like, "This is some like Undertale, action going on."
Dodging all the
Especially with all the fire pillars.
Yeah.
And then Shovel Knight's in there.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's another armor that'll change your appearance too. Is Shovel Knight armor. If you put on the Shovel Knight armor.
The axe armor.
Yeah. Except Shovel Knight in this case.
Yeah.
And that was funny.
Yeah, I liked how they threw in a little bit of those cameos.
Yeah, that was cool.
Although, the heaviest cameo is if you buy the DLC, you can fight Iga.
Yeah. I was reading about that too, yeah. I was thinking maybe I should just get the DLC just so I can do that.
I'm not doing it. I think it's a $10 DLC.
Yeah, is that the only part of it?
I think that, and maybe like some other items, and then it's it. And I'm like, that's not worth $10. Sorry, Koji.
Nah.
I like his work, but not that much, unfortunately. It has to have a little bit more substance for me to pay half of a game, or half of an indie game price for it.
Yeah.
Plus, I pre-ordered, and I would have backed his crowdfund if I had the money at the time to do it.
Yeah. It's the worst part about those things. You want to help, but then you're like, oh, I can't because no money.
That was during my really, really bad trying time.
Yeah.
So I was literally unable to live paycheck to paycheck. So couldn't be donating money when I didn't have any to even to feed myself. At times, I went hungry a lot.
Yep, that's one of those things that builds character and lets you know that you are probably better off than other people because you know more about life than they do.
Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, I just don't warrant the that DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some other games, like Diablo 3, they have like a couple of their trophies. They're locked behind a paywall because they've got a bunch of trophies where you need to get the Necromancer to do certain things, and the Necromancer DLC is, I think, currently like $7-10, and I still won't buy it because it's literally just Necromancer. And I think maybe a little smidge of story, and I'm like, Blizzard, you have fallen hard.
Yeah.
EA has ruined you, or with Activision. I forgot which one bought them out.
Activision.
I think it was Activision.
Yeah. Reminds me of the old days when you'd pay $3 to get horse armor. All right, so my internet is fluctuating badly, so I think we should probably call this before my internet gives out on me.
Oh.
But we got a good conversation. We've already gone to time now.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say this, though. We had gripes about the game, but it's still worth it. It's still worth playing. We're not crapping on it.
Definitely
just
not.
Like to say, oh, it's not a bad game. It's decent. It's worth it's worth the price.
It's a fun game.
If you love Castlevania, you want to get into the future, hopefully, of Castlevania.
Cross your fingers.
Considering Konami has, then go ahead and pick that title up and run through. Just be sure to, reserve judgment until you've actually completed the game.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing that I thought was really funny is that the bad endings. That when you got the bad endings, it didn't actually just send you to the credits. It gave you game over.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
like that aspect. That aspect was funny.
Mm-hmm. So it's like
I got a good chuckle at that one.
It's like you very definitely know you failed now.
Yeah.
But all right, that is going to be it for this podcast for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us for this. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. And, of course, if you have any ideas for any other future podcasts, leave those for us in the comments.
Comment down below.
Yeah. You have any closing remarks, sir?
Well, I'm just saying, of course, I've got my series coming out once Medieval comes down. Since I got my audio back, be sure to catch my regular schedule of Medieval and Last of Us Part 2 coming out. This coming week is pretty much the last of the bulk of my Medieval. I've got one more video, I think. No. This coming week and next week, I have full weeks, and then the week after will be only one episode, and then Medieval's done. So after 2 weeks, it'll be the start of my Bloodstained series. So if you want to catch that, you can go ahead and catch that then. Of course, you don't know what time that is, because if y'all are watching this at a later date, then you're wondering what the hell. But it'll be there for you to watch anyway. So yeah. And of course, Stepsbasic, you can catch his content. I'm still waiting for him to play his Last of Us Part 2. So
don't even own it yet.
I know you don't own it yet, but once you do, I hope that you put everything else down and go and play it. Oh, and by the way, I will probably... Actually, no, I'm going to be changing that up, because I heard from the grapevine that Thursday is a content DLC for Doom Eternal, and it's going to have actual, campaign. So I'm going to be revisiting that title.
Nice. All right. Well,
that will take priority.
Yeah. All right. Well,
sorry.
No worries. We had a good show today. Yeah. Where was I? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of the Babbling Beards Podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go ahead and perk that like button for us if you'd like to see more from us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And, of course, as always, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Oh, when we can, if we can. You know all that jazz. And tune in next time.
For another Babbling Beards podcast.
Yeah, more topics and more fun. And until then.
Yeah, and more babbling.
Yeah. And until then.
Later.
Night.